Hi everyone. All right, today we are going to be learning about writing algebraic expressions. So we are going to continue our journey from yesterday where we wrote down some clue words and we turned ELA phrases into numerical expressions. Today we're going to look at turning them into algebraic expressions. If we look back in our notes, we know that algebraic expressions are just math sentences that have numbers, variables, and operations. So when we're writing these sentences, we are going to make sure that they have those things. So let's start by looking at an example. All right, our first example, it says that you have 14 more than a number x. So we have 14 more than a number x. Well, this problem here is our ELA phrase. Remember that we are turning it into an algebraic expression. So our job is to look for clue words and then turn it into an algebra phrase. So that is what we are going to be doing with this. So let's look for the clue words. So the clue words here we see are more than. We're going to come over here. We're going to look in our table of words. And we see that more than is an addition word. So I am going to take this. And I know that more than means to add. Another important thing that I see in this problem here is this number 14 and this number x. We don't know what x is, so we're just going to write both of these the way that they are, and we're just going to write 14 plus x. We're going to stop, and we're going to let someone else solve that. We'll let somebody else do the hard stuff. All right. This is your algebraic expression. So you've taken it from a language arts phrase and you have written it as an algebraic phrase. All right, here is your next example. This example says a number y minus 75. So again, we're turning an ELA phrase into an algebra phrase by looking at the clue words. Well, the clue word here is minus, and we know that minus means subtraction. So we are going to take our clue word and just go like this. Our important numbers were y and 75. It's really, really important that in subtraction problems that we don't switch the order or that we pay really close attention to the way that it is written. So it says y minus 75, not 75 minus y or something like that. So we are just going to write y minus 75. All right, on this next problem, we're going to have, it says, the quotient of 3 and a number z. 3 and a number z. So quotient. All right, quotient is one of those words that we absolutely need to know. It's an important word. It is a division word. So quotient was our clue, quotient of 3 and z. So we are going to write 3 divided by z. 3 divided by z. Now, division. Division can be written in a couple different ways. You can write 3 divided by z like this, or you can also write it like 3 divided by z. It becomes a fraction. So in 6th grade, or even in algebra, I mean, you will start to see that division becomes more of fractions. So 3 divided by z. You could also say 3 divided by z, but that one is weird. You won't really see that. Okay, so this one here, this is usually the way that we're going to start to write those, or this one here. All right, let's do another type of problem. Let's see. Where's my pen? There it is. Okay. Example D. Example D says the product of 5 and x plus 2. The product of 5 and x plus 2. So this one has a couple different things going on in here. So we have the word product of. We know that product of means multiplication. So when we look back at our table here, it means to multiply. So we're going to use multiplication. The product of 5 and z. But there's more. We also have this plus 2. So we have a plus, which we know plus is addition, and we have a 2. So we're going to write this the way that it sounds. We have the product of, so 5 times x. Remember to start using a dot. Or write it like this, where they're attached, plus 2. Plus 2. Either of those ways works for writing. All right. Let's do another problem, and then I'm going to give you a try it. A number f is fewer than 4. A number f is fewer than 4. So we have some clue words here. Fewer than. Fewer than means to subtract. Again, we were told that with subtraction, we have to make sure that we write it in the right way. But a number f is fewer than 4. Fewer than 4. So this is one of those ones that we're going to need to switch. Because f has to be less than 4. It has to be 4 first. So we're going to do 4 minus f. So over here in our notes, we see fewer than under subtraction, and we also switched it here. So 8 fewer than 22, it's the same thing. F fewer than 4. So F fewer than 4. It's almost like you have to read it backwards. So let's take our notes and let's put a little star next to fewer than, because that's one of those ones that's like a tricky one that we have to remember to do a switch with. So I'm just going to put a star there. Even though it's subtraction and it tells us to subtract, we need to make sure that we remember that it's one of the ones that we need to switch. All right, it is time for a try it. For algebraic expressions. Remember, you are not solving anything. We don't know the value of f. We don't know the value of x yet. We don't even know the value of z. So there is nothing you can solve. Don't make up a number and put it in there. Don't do that. Somebody who comes along after you will give a value for those, and then we will solve them at that point. But for now, we don't solve. All right, so here is your try it. Try it number 1. It says 25 less than a number b. Number 2 says a number x divided by 4. And the last one, the last try it we are going to do says the total of t and 11. All right, so go ahead and hit pause right now so you don't hear me solving these. And then when you are ready to check your work, come on back. All right, so less than a number is definitely subtraction. It's over here, it's in subtraction. Less than. 25 less than a number, b. Ooh, this one sounds like fewer than. This one's going to be one of those ones that we're going to switch to. So 25 is less than a number b. So that means that I have to put the b first and subtract the 25. So because this is one of those tricky ones, I am going to go ahead and put a star right next to that one. And I am going to star less than so that I remember to make that a switchy one. All right, a number x divided by 4. A number x divided by 4. So that clue word there is divided by. It means to divide, and I am doing x divided by 4. Again, I'm writing it in the same order because division is like subtraction. I can't mix up the order. So I have to make sure I write it like how it sounds when I read it. All right, the total of t and 11, total of. Let's see, do I have a clue word for total of? Ooh, I do. Under addition, so total of tells me to add, and I am adding t and 11. It's really important when you write your t's to make sure they have a little tail like this. Otherwise, they look like a plus sign, and you don't want them to look like a plus sign. Then people get them confused. So when you're doing algebra. All right, how did you do in your try-its? How did you do on those? And go ahead and answer your essential question. How do we write algebraic expressions? What's something that's important there to remember? Summarize that for me. And then put your level of understanding out into the box. If you have any questions, you can come on back to the Google Meet and ask me for help. If not, you can go and do your practice work. As always, I appreciate all of your hard work and make it a great day.